What's up, fight fans? UFC 174 is in the books, and with it, a pretty forgettable night in the fair city of Vancouver. So what did we learn from the UFC's anticlimactic return to British Columbia? Not that much, honestly, but it is worth taking a look back at for these three things. Thing number one, Demetrious Johnson is a spectacular fighter. Not that anybody cares. Or, I shouldn't say anybody. The hardest of the hardcore fans, the real mixed martial arts purists out there, they love this little guy. And why wouldn't they? He can do it all. He can fight on the feet, in the clinch, on the ground, and, like an R&B slow jam, he can do it all night long, baby. Or, for 25 minutes, which is close enough to all night. You have to get some sleep. Just, be reasonable. But the fans who paid to see him at Rogers Arena on Saturday night seemed none too impressed. The ones who were still in their seats at the end of 5 rounds must have been sitting on their hands, because when Bruce Buffer announced him as still the champion, I tell you, I can't recall a more tepid non-reaction for a dominant defending champ. What has Johnson got to do to get some love from the MMA mainstream? I couldn't really tell you, honestly, but whatever it is, I guess he hasn't done it yet. Thing number two, who really deserved to win the heavyweight fight between Andrei Arlovski and Brendan Schaub? Answer? Nobody, because that fight sucked. This was one of those fights that might have been controversial, what with Arlovski winning a split decision victory even though most media outlets scored it for Schaub, but really, for the first 2 rounds, nothing actually happened. Then in the 3rd round, you got Brendan Schaub spending the better part of 5 minutes bleeding on Arlovski's chest and then acting like he's sure that should have gotten him the W. And honestly, maybe it should have, but after a fight that lethargic, who can really work up the outrage through this much indifference? You want to know what the Metro PCS move of that fight should have been? It was Arlovski on the mic afterwards telling the fans, "Don't boo me, please." Kind of genius when you think about it. He said please at the end. You look like a jerk if you boo him after that. And finally, thing number 3, Rory MacDonald gonna Rory MacDonald. And by that I mean win a decision via totally neutralizing the other guy's offense. This time he did it to Tyron Woodley, who is a tough guy and not an easy person to shut down, yet MacDonald totally owned him for all 3 rounds. In a slightly different welterweight landscape, that would probably be enough to earn him a shot at champion Johnny Hendricks next. But with Matt Brown and Robbie Lawler still out there waiting to decapitate one another, kinda seems like MacDonald's gonna get left on the back burner until there are absolutely no more options, which might just be what happens when you have all the personality of a wet trench coat. Well, this has been Fowlkes signing off saying keep it locked on MMA Junkie and don't boo me in the comments, please.